So, Unrivaled, something we have not talked about in a while. They have announced their salaries, and I'm not gonna lie, it is a not insignificant number. It's really not. Like, they are giving a decent chunk of salary, which is surprised that they have the funding to offer this much money. If I was them, I think they said it was going to be like six figures, but I would have thought, maybe just save a bit of the money this year and making sure you're good for the future. But they are going all in this year because their average salary is going to be 222,000, exceeding the regular season max. I don't know what the max is. I know it's not quite the super max, because super max, Jackie Young's making 250, but 8 million salary pool. 8 million salary pool, which does not include equity or revenue sharing, which is the extra pay. So it's going to be interesting to see where the funding is. I would be shocked if the league is still here in 4 years. That all comes down to one thing. How big Flaujae gets. Does Caitlin Clark play? Because as a positive, you have Flaujae already tied down. That is like I'll say it. That is what your two big factors on whether or not you're going to be able to have this sustainable past the 3-year initial funding period is Flaujae back, or is how big Flaujae gets, and to be fair, how big Paige gets as well, and does Caitlin play in the end? But they're still missing 3 players. It's mad that they literally can't find players to play for 200k. Everyone's either overseas, tied down on contracts for more money, and they literally cannot find players for that price, which is mental. But yeah, that is still hilarious. There are 3 players down, obviously, after Kelsey Plum stopping. And I mean, these are so expensive. Dear Lord. The future is unrivaled, hoodie. The future is unrivaled. Like, $79.99 for half the price, and I mean that. $34.99 for less than half. You can get this hoodie from the Mick Talks Hoop store. Link in the description. You can get these hoodies. You can get, I don't know, who needs defense? You got a Splash Sisters hoodie for half the price. This is extortionate. This is more expensive than buying like official WNBA merch. And I'm sorry, this is just like, this is literally, I'm not joking when I say this. You can pick a default font and put Unrivaled on a sleeve and just pick the same font and say the future is. And like, this isn't even on like a Nike hoodie. Like, this is not, like, you're paying $80 for this. This is extortionate. Absolutely extortionate. Oh my god, a hoodie that just says the word Unrivaled. Like, I would be so tempted to just make a hoodie that says Rivaled. Just the word Rivaled. Get a text and just make it say the word Rivaled. And then, I don't know, a t-shirt with Rivaled on the front, and then Clark, and just the name Clark 22. There's nothing that's copyrighting Clark 22, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm going to there'll be one day in the next few days, I'll talk about it just with the word Rivaled and Clark 22 on the back, I don't know. But, still though, it is impressive how much money they're able to pay. Women's sports is such a rise, feels like everyone's benefiting from that except the women in sport. I mean, a lot of them are making literally tens of millions in endorsements. Not tens of millions, millions in endorsements. In the beginning, Stewie and I set out to create a league that was founded on the principle that players deserve compensation, ownerships that reflect their value. I think that's fair. I think it's a brand new league because it's there from the start. I think these players can have equity because they are the ones who are starting the league. I think it's funny because some of these same people arguing on behalf of the WNBA and the CBA are like being like, oh, we want equity in the WNBA, and I'm like, well, there's only a finite amount of equity you can give out. Especially when, first of all, the league only owns 40% of the league. And you're like, okay, yeah, you want players to have equity. And I'm like, if they want to have equity in the league, what happens then? There's only a finite amount to give out. Within 20 years, the league has 0% equity to give out then. So, yeah, it's a bit of a weird one in that regard. But for Unrivaled, it works. For Unrivaled, genuinely, it works, and it's going to be good. It's good, but I don't see how the equity's going to... A lot of people are like, oh, we're like here because we have equity, or it's like here as a we're getting equity as a business thing. I'm like, having equity only really matters if people want to invest in it long term, and if the league doesn't work out in the first 2 years, like, genuinely, if the league doesn't exist, or if the league doesn't succeed, the equity's going to be worthless. But they're still going to get a decent salary, I guess. And if anything, it's a good off-season workout. And I do hope it works out. I don't know who convinced them to go to 3-on-3 league. I think that was the real down point. Like, you've got 36. Like, I wouldn't have even minded 4-on-4 basketball. Because 4-on-4 still has semblance of, like, paint play, and especially if it's on a small court. And 4v4 gives them 2 subs. Gives them teams of 6 and 2 subs. Instead of teams of 3 with 3 subs playing full court 3-on-3 where everyone's going to be exhausted. But, yeah, that's my opinion on the whole Unrivaled thing. I think it's good these players getting paid. I don't see how the league works out. I would love to see the league work out, to be honest. And I don't think this season is going to be good. I think it's going to be near, I think it's going to be hard to watch, to be honest. Like, I watched 3v3 in the Olympics, and I would not watch it. I wouldn't go out of my way to watch it. I watched it because it happened to be the Olympics. I would not go out of my way to watch 3v3 basketball, ever. And then, full court 3-on-3, I've said it plenty of times, and I'm like, all you have to do is run. Like, all you have to do, if you pick the team of the 5 best runners, you'll win. Like, if there was a draft, I'm not joking, you could pick, I'm trying to think, who are the 5 best players? The 5 best players in this, if we're talking pure basketball, you're going Breanna at center. You're going, let's say Stewie at the 4. Fee and Stewie 3-4. I don't even know at the 2. At the 2 is probably Jackie Young, but Jackie Young will be in my runner lineup. Screw it. Let's go Jackie Young at the 2. At the 1, Skylar Diggins, maybe. I'm telling you, like, they're the best 5. If you give me Copper, Arike, Dejanay, who else is freaky athletic? Give me Satu, maybe. And just a Satu with the 5. And is there any more sprinters here? If Kennedy Carter wasn't even in the league, give me Kennedy Carter. They win every time. But anyway, yeah. See you guys.